Hi everyone, thank you to Vietnamese Day of Action here at Eden Center. What a beautiful afternoon. Thank you to our wonderful volunteers and activists here today. It's a great crowd. You know, we're here to support this upcoming election, and Ralph Northam is our candidate. We also have Kathy Tran here today. She'll be speaking very shortly, so what a great opportunity. But before we start, I just want to, share with you a small story about me. My name is Lin Huang. You know, when my family became stateless after the Vietnam War, America gave us a chance at opportunity and a shot at the American dream. And today, there are over 800,000 young people came to this country so they can have that same exact opportunity that my family had. But this administration, as well as Ed Gillespie, would take this dream away from our young people and forcing these young dreamers into the shadow, and it is a moral disgrace. These young people were brought here when they were children. They play by the rules and were as American as the rest of us, and they salute the same flag. They are as American as the rest of us, and America is the only country they call home. And when this administration, as well as Ed Gillespie, target these dreamers, we are all targets. We look back on our history, we are reminded of our nation's ugly past to blame and criminalize immigrants unjustly, such as the Chinese Exclusion Act, the Japanese Internment Act, and even recent effort around the Muslim ban. That's why Vietnamese Americans stand up for our DACA brothers and sisters. They are our neighbors, our co-workers, and our friends. They are us. And as dreamers seeking a right to life and human dignity, we condemn actions and target immigrants that tear families apart. We refuse to put blame on these young immigrants, nor will we blame their parents. Our shared immigration history unites us with our DACA brothers and sisters. DACA, our dreamers are here to stay. We are a nation of immigrants, and we need dreamers who follow their dream. And that's why this Vietnamese Day of Action is so important here at the heart of the Vietnamese community in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And that's why all of our friends here to show our solidarity and make sure that we're voting for our candidates that are fighting for Vietnamese American values. And of course, I would like to introduce a few of our friends in the community to share a few remarks. Delegate Marcus, would you share a few words?
Well, thank you all very much, and thank you all for coming out and for this great show of support for the governor, Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax, and Attorney General Mark Herring. It's important we elect the whole ticket, and also I really look forward to working with Kathy Tran in the General Assembly in 2018. She'll be the first Vietnamese American to serve in the Virginia General Assembly, and I can't wait, guys. We really need that kind of diversity in the General Assembly. We need to have all kinds of points of view, all kinds of cultural backgrounds and histories represented when we're making laws that affect our entire state and our entire community. I'm really proud to represent the Eden Center and the City of Falls Church. What makes the 53rd District in Falls Church so great and so unique is our diversity. It's having places like the Eden Center here. It makes it a richer, really more vital community for all of us, for my family, for my kids who I've raised here in this district. So I really appreciate you all coming out today. I look forward to getting out for five more weeks? 6 more weeks before the election day? So 37 days. Who's counting, right? So thank you guys for coming out, and let's go and fight, and let's win, and let's elect Kathy Tran, Ralph Northam, Mark Herring, and Justin Fairfax on November 7th. Thank you.
I'd like to invite Letty to say a few remarks from her district.
Great. Hi, I'm Letty Hardy. I represent the City Council from the City of Falls Church. So I wanted to welcome everyone for showing up and to the Eden Center. We always talk about how small business is really the backbone of this country and our state of the Commonwealth of Virginia. I think the Eden Center is a great example of the kind of diversity. I echo all of Marcus's remarks that this really is a good showing of what America is all about. The diversity, the uniqueness, the great food that you find at the Eden Center. We're very proud that Eden Center is a big part of the City of Falls Church, and I welcome everyone here.
Thank you. And of course, our wonderful candidate, I have to say, Sister Kathy Tran, putting your name out there to run for office is not easy, and she's very courageous. And when elected, she will be the first Asian American woman. She will be the first Vietnamese American woman. as well as a mother. We need people who look like us to be in the position of power, to be at the table and fight for issues that are important to our communities. I would like to invite Kathy to share a few words as well as her story. Thank you.
Thank you. I am Kathy Tran. I'm running for the Virginia House of Delegates to represent the 42nd District, which is located entirely within Fairfax County. It covers parts of Mount Vernon, Lorton, Springfield, and Fairfax Station. I'm really honored to be a part of today's Vietnamese Day of Action and to help become the first Asian American woman elected to Virginia state government and the first Vietnamese American elected at any, popularly elected at any level in Virginia. As Lynn was saying, it's really important to make sure that our voices are heard strongly and loudly in our governments, that we are able to represent the needs of our communities. I came to the U.S. when I was almost 2 years old as a refugee from Vietnam. At the end of that war, like so many other families that are here today, mine wanted to raise their family in a place that offered hope, opportunity, and freedom. And I'm running in this race today to make sure that we're safeguarding those values for all Virginians. You know, I'm a mom of 4, I'm the president of my PTA, and making sure that the state's investing in a world-class public school system where every child has an opportunity to thrive and compete in the global economy is one of my top priorities. It's also really important that we grow an economy where nobody's left behind. And I've spent my entire career dedicated to making sure that all Americans have the skills they need to succeed in their own careers. I was a civil servant at the U.S. Department of Labor and got to help work on national workforce policies, such as helping veterans transition from the military to the civilian workforce, helping English language learners and other immigrants succeed and reach their full career potential. I want to take that expertise to Richmond and grow our economy by investing in the people and making sure that we have affordable public higher education. And then we need to safeguard our most fundamental rights, right? Access to health care and making sure that we are expanding Medicaid and protecting women's access to critical reproductive health services, and making sure that we're a welcoming and inclusive Virginia for everybody, for immigrant refugee families like my own and so many others, that we continue to be a beacon of hope. So I'm really excited about today and really excited to have this support. Look forward to working with the Vietnamese American community and all of our other Asian American and other communities across Virginia to win in November. Thank you so much, Lynn.
Thank you so much, Kathy. And you know, in order for us to win campaign, we have to set up a mechanism for it to work in integrating our community into the campaign and organize at the grassroots level. And we have our Asian American Pacific Islanders Field Director, Sharon Kwan, to say a few words with our community. Thank you, Sharon.
Hi, like Lynn said, my name is Sharon Kwan. I'm the Regional Political Director for Asian American Pacific Islanders in Northern Virginia. As everyone who came before me said, this is an important election, and the issues that affect Virginians affect this community as well, and we want our voices to be heard. This is an important constituency. Ralp Northam believes that and understands that this community matters. And we're gathered here together with our state delegates, with Kathy Tran and with Marcus Simon, and Ralph looks forward to working with them in November to make sure that we win, and that we have access to health care, that we have access to affordable education, and that all Virginians have a chance to succeed.
Right on time.
So, yeah, we're excited, and we hope to see you at the polls in November. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Sharon. You know, she has the hardest job, making sure that the Asian American community is so diverse. We need to make sure that we adequately engage all of our communities in various languages, and making sure that we're knocking on doors and getting folks out to vote. And so I welcome everyone to work very closely with Sharon to make that happen. We also have another friend in the crowd, Mark Kim. Mark Kim, there you are. If you could say a few words to our community.
Yes.
Come on up.
Come on, you're always ready.
We need your voice, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Mark, we need your voice.
Mark. Good to see you, sir. Yeah.
3 days in a row.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Mark here. Yeah, I'm a state delegate.
Yeah. So if you could, Mark, you could stand here, say a few words. No, here at the center.
In the middle.
What does that say?
Democrats support our community.
Oh, wow.
And so this is your crowd. We're going to live stream this. He's here in about 5 minutes. And so, the floor is yours.
Keep talking for 5 minutes.
Oh, really? Well, it is great to see all of you here today. Thank you for coming here. Is this live? Is it live?
Yes.
All right, hi everyone in the cyber world. Hope you're doing well. First of all, we are about 37 days away. 37 days away from making history. And the reason why I say we're making history is because the entire world, not just the U.S., not just Virginia, the entire world is going to watch to see what happens right here in Virginia. Why? Because the last time there was an election that everybody in the entire world watched, they got a result that they did not expect. And not only did they not get the result they didn't expect, but they received the world's largest nightmare. You see, for a long time, for about 200 years, America stood for something that no other country has stood for. We've stood for freedom, equality, justice, liberty, democracy, human rights, all the things that every American and everybody in the world strives for. Labor rights, women's rights, individual rights, gay rights, individuals with disabilities rights. And that's what America stood for.
Women's rights too.
And the President of the United States, for the last 240 years, all 44 people who held this job have upheld that. They've always strove to make America the greatest country in the world by living up to the standards. So every president has always said, we as a nation are going to make this even better. We're going to make this country a more perfect union by striving for those good things. Except for this time. The 45th president of the United States has decided that he's going to ignore 241 years of history and do something else. Instead of bringing our country together as a union, he's separating us by race, by gender, by sexual orientation, by religion, and by regions. And now, he's even ignoring the fact that we have not just 50 states, but territories in the United States. We have brothers and sisters not that far from here in Puerto Rico who are literally starving, not able to drink water, not able to go back to their homes. These are Americans just like us. And yet instead of the President of the United States embracing that people and asking what we can do to help you, he's making fun of them. He's taunting them. He's telling their leadership that they're not doing a good job. This has never been done before in the history of America. We've never had a leader of our country who denigrates Americans, who splits each other up. Now, what does that have to do with Virginia? Virginia has proven over the last few years that we know how to govern. Terry McAuliffe, as our governor, has done an amazing job over the last 4 years in bringing our country and our state together to put jobs ahead of everybody else, to put economic opportunities, to embrace women and men in the same way, to treat everybody, including our LGBT communities, and most importantly, he's made Virginia a welcoming place for immigrants and minorities, people of all religions. 8 months ago, when this president decided that he doesn't want to have Muslims in America anymore, and he put an unconstitutional ban against Muslims, the first American governor to step up and say that's wrong was Terry McAuliffe. And Terry McAuliffe, Mark Herring, and Ralph Northam stood up and said, Virginia is a welcoming place for Muslim Americans and all those that care about democracy and freedom. So he went to Dulles Airport, not that far from here, and said, everybody come on to Virginia. About a month and a half ago, one of the most atrocious things happened in Virginia's history. One of the worst things that we can imagine in America happens, where a nation of people that care about each other, of all races, we had a group of white supremacists that said, no, we want America to be a very narrow-minded country. We want America to be a country that's defined by race, not by diversity. About 150 miles from here in Charlottesville, they marched with not American flags, not just Confederate flags, but the flag of Nazi Germany. That has never happened before in America where we condone that. And yet that happened. And at that time, the first man to stand up and say, get those people out of our state, was Terry McAuliffe and Ralph Northam. So my friends, we're not talking about just electing the governor of Virginia. In 37 days, we're going to make history and the world is watching because we are going to send the strongest message that Virginians and Americans of all backgrounds can ask for, which is to send a strong message to Washington, D.C., to our president who's sitting there in the White House tweeting all day long, telling him that what he is doing is absolutely wrong, that we in Virginia reject it. We reject racism, we reject prejudice, we reject people dividing each other up. What we're going to do is make sure that when Ralph Northam becomes our governor in Virginia, that sends a message to Washington, D.C. that their way of dividing is not going to happen, because Ralph Northam stands for everything that is opposite of Donald Trump. Ralph Northam is a decent, kind human being who cares about other people. Ralph Northam is a person that's actually experienced in government. Ralph Northam is a person who understands the value of government. Ralph Northam is somebody that wants to make our policies reflect our priorities. Ralph Northam is somebody that, as a doctor, has saved people's lives. Ralph Northam is somebody, as a military guy, put on the uniform for our country and put his life on the line to defend America. He wasn't a draft dodger. He actually defended our country. Ralph Northam, as a military guy and a doctor and a state senator and now lieutenant governor, has been out there making sure that your priorities are our priorities in Virginia. Ralph Northam has been a great lieutenant governor. He will be an amazing governor, and that's the reason why all of us right here, the face of Virginia today, face of America today, we are here in our strongest support for Ralph Northam, and so we're so excited to be able to elect Ralph Northam as our governor. And then we're going to have Justin Fairfax as our lieutenant governor. We're going to have Mark Herring continue to serve us as our attorney general. And for the rest of us who serve in the House like me, we are going to make sure that we have more seats in the House so that we can make sure Ralph gets his legislative agenda passed. And that's why I'm here to support my good friend Ralph Northam, and I'm so glad that he's here, right here in Eden, Virginia.